It's so rare to find a girl who doesn't have a high sex drive. Let's be honest, it's just that valid. The most popular thing is that men like sex.
Yeah.
But as you grow up, you see, Wuti, actually,
These
South
ones-
African women love sex.
So the Iron Man love, back transformer love.
Yo.
Angababa, mara okay. Deep up, mara say pele.
Go deeper, go deeper.
Nchoke. Pula utoshwa. My ex was way out of my league. Still don't know how I got her, but man, the butt crack was always dirty.
Oh no. Mzansi la.
Oh my God.
Dog ngeke nokumtsintsela uyibheri dog.
You know what I'm saying? I've met white people that date on the premise of love and love alone. There wasn't, hey, you pay for this. There was no conversation about 50-50. There was no this, that. It was just like, I like you, you like me. Let's see how far this goes. So it works, it works. Everyone knows the internet's full of pretentious people. Everybody's trying to sell the image that they're not. So naturally, you can't say that, no, what you get, what you see is what you get. It's very rare. Because I'm deciding, Prince, when you post a picture, let's say you take 5 pictures. Out of those 5, you're probably going to post 2. Because those are the best sides of you. And that's what people on the internet do.
Yeah.
You show the best side of you so that people are drawn to you.
So important, especially if you're going to be living in cities such as Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town. Because you know why it's not good taking a person home from the club and having one-night stands and disrespecting yourself like that. It's because now there's a concept called mavuso. You're gonna pay up, bro.
Pay up, bro.
They won't tell you. They won't tell you that I'm actually working here.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sisongawubani namantombazane futhi namasanda disibizwa kuthiwa yibhedi. Shoot nami ngiyibhedi besti yana sound per. Ciao.
It makes it easier for the sound guy to find the sound wave.
No,
when he
it
edits.
does.
It does.
His initial clap, I don't think people actually know this. Like, before we record, there's like 4 or 5 claps that happen.
Yeah.
There's a lot, because then he's gonna just see the spikes. He doesn't need to hear shit. To be honest.
Who came up with that, Val?
I think it's
Acting
started
industry.
with the
Yeah.
keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh, so if they don't have that, they just clap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
So
sense.
that the sound wave.
Low
So
budget.
when you edit, you're inside. Just quickly.
You already know
smooth
where
it.
to sync it.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
Anyhow, the vibes were down because the rain was inside.
Yes, sir.
But the vibes are up because we are up close.
Yes, sir.
Back at it again. Sanbonani. Lapho emakhaya. Kama namo Pdjokes. Busy PDF. Shangempam. Not related to TDJokes. Just Pdjokes. Straight nje. Intona ama jokes. Ungachoki. Kanjani, bro.
What the hell?
Oh, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am the one and only independent variable, your mama's favorite boyfriend and your girlfriend's baby. Daddy is Desley.
Damn,
We got a special guest in the house today, Des. We've been saying we're gonna bring a guest on the show, and guess what? The guest is here.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
one and only. Can I get him? Inkosi yamabhedi. Uhamba ngale mpahla itengekesh. Inja yegame. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. Ayanda, aka Ntobeko, aka Inkosi yamabhedi. Yeah.
What an intro.
Yes, sir.
Intro yakho phela sizwe.
Whoa. Sisongawubani namantombazane futhi namasanda disibizwa kuthiwa yibhedi. Shoot nami ngiyibhedi besti yana sound per. Ciao.
That is per.
That sounds like Kaya FM
It's
intro.
Kaya FM.
You're a hater.
hell?
Kaya FM is some crazy business.
That's the fastest Zulu I've ever heard in my entire life.
The Zulu Buster Rhymes.
But I think
That's tough. That's
It's
tough.
tough. But I think generally your intro trumps our intros, bro. Like your intro maybe comes second, mine third for sure.
Yeah. Granted, you've had your intro. Yours has been maturing over years.
It changes over time, right? I have to just
Yeah.
make sure. How did you come up with your intro, dog?
Man, you know, it's a whole long story. It's a whole long story
Make it short.
because okay, let me summarize. We were taught summarizing at school.
Oh, you went to school.
Oh, this gent. I'm schooled up, bruh. I got 2 degrees. Yeah.
Scotty, we forgot go intro there.
Okay.
Ah,
Mr.
bruh,
2
you
degrees.
sleeping on me. You sleeping on me.
Back to back.
So I lived in Paris for 2 years, right?
Right.
And I saw how people do things in the dating industry there. There's not much of a fuss with who pays a bill whenever we go out. Sometimes I'll see if you out, the girl will also reach out to their pocket when it's time to pay.
Yeah.
And I was like, You know, South African girls actually,
How about you, Maima?
they're not doing good. They're not doing good. So
agree.
I decided to take that ideology and bring it to South Africa. I started making content about it, and I was like, no, mina ngiyinsizwa engahubani namantombazane because I got standards. Because what do you mean? You want me to give you money?
Yeah.
You want me to buy you flowers?
Yeah.
I should take you out? But you don't do that for me in return? I was like, nope. And then somebody made a video saying that men these days are acting like baddies. They want flowers, they want to be taken out, they want haircuts and all of that stuff. I was like, this girl is coming at me, actually. So for the fact that she said men are acting like baddies, I was like, shoot, I'm me, baby. And that's on purge.
And that's on purge.
And then that's how it all started.
Yeah.
You know, and then as time went by, it, you know, my intro
Faster rhymes
got faster and faster, and I was like, whoa. Sisongahubhani namantombazane futhi anamastandard isibizwa kuthiwa yibhedi shoot nami ngiyibhedi besting angasongpher child.
That's crazy. So let me ask you something. Do you think there is a line of baddiness that a man shouldn't cross? Like, is there a line, or do you think, oh no, this is just about reciprocating energy?
Yes.
It's about, it's give and take constantly. But do you think now there's some men that are pushing it now?
I'm pretty sure there's going to be people in the comments asking, hey, what is the definition of a male baddie, right? Since we're talking about
Male
Gubai
baddies.
baddie. So how would you define it, like, very quickly for someone who doesn't understand who's watching this clip? Imagine this is real.
Okay, let's start with the definition, right? So a definition of a male baddie is somebody who wants reciprocation, as Des has mentioned, right?
50-50.
Somebody, not really 50-50, but somebody who doesn't settle for less, who has a partner who actually is considerate.
Oh, yeah,
Good to you, not only receiving as my girlfriend, but you're also giving out, because it gets very draining when you always the one taking out money.
Training in what department?
It's draining your pockets, dog.
I'm just asking.
Oh, come on, dog. Come on.
No, we just arrived. You just arrived.
Are you saying pause or balls? No, I'm trying to understand, honestly. So it's draining your pockets. It's draining, you know, if you're always the one initiating stuff, it's also draining, bruh.
Yeah.
So nowadays we live in the 21st century. It's good. Women, we know them. They're able to initiate. Hell, they're even able to ask a guy out.
In fact, ladies have money, dog. Me, I've always said this. I'm a chair and
are.
new dog. And then you drive on the highway. From today, who's driving? Always look to your left or your right. You see who's gonna pass you. It's hands in the car.
Yeah,
boy.
bro.
Driving a nice 4x4 Jeep Wrangler, Jeep Converts, 2-door but with 3 doors because it's a sunroof. Like guning, dog.
But now what's the thing in SA? They tell us that a guy must do everything.
Indota must.
You know, indota must. But you know, sometime in France, back during the French Revolution, where feminism started, I'd like to believe,
Umuntu we-France guy
they were like,
Bro,
Guy
imagine he's
one.
telling us things. I'm just,
Umuntu we-France guy one.
saying he ideologist all of a sudden.
Guy one, France. Nakhona beke World Cup. Like,
Bro, come on, stop being a hater. Stop being a hater. I mean, they
niggas
wanted.
with passports niggas without passports will always hate.
I've only been to Limpopo. I got nothing to say.
That's how let's go.
So my chat is that they wanted the feminism, but now they don't want to take the whole feminism because their chat is that be a provider.
Yeah.
But now the sad part is that it's getting worse. They don't want to be women towards us. They want to behave like men actually. But when it comes to the money part, abafuni.
But their money is theirs. Your money is ours.
It's ours.
Never that.
That's some crazy business. So I've got an interesting thread. We start the show normally. Sifunda ama-threads lapho ngiwathatha lapho ku-Twitter because Twitter's always wiling.
Yep.
So when I read the thread and we go through the comments together.
All right.
It really does.
Go crazy.
You know it's wild. The PG-18.
Always.
If you are
SNLVQIA.
this section alone, just put a disclaimer
HDMI.
here as you're editing, Nigel. Thank you very much. PG-8. Danko! Okay, so thread is people were asked what made your ex terrible in bed. The replies would definitely make your day.
All right.
Guys ready?
Yes, sir.
My ex was way out of my league. Still don't know how I got her, but man, her butt crack was always dirty.
Oh no. Mzansi.
Oh my God.
Dog, ngeke unokumtsintsela uyibheri, dog. Like what do you?
Hey, but you know, it's a real thing. Like I've had this question. Women always ask, like, "Oh, and you guys are giving back shots. Like, what are you looking at?" And then I was like, honestly, there's not much to look at except for like your
bum.
your bum. Like, and it's there winking at you. So you just
You just look at bums when you come on.
Where do
chill.
you look at?
There's only so much you can look at.
Look at the wall or something.
At the wall.
Nah.
Then what if there's a wavelength coming from the buttocks?
No.
And you're just looking at the wall when now.
It's crazy. You must look at what's they provided to you.
But if it's busting like that, you can't look at it. Like, try avoid it. Like, look up or
Nigga,
something.
you flip her over. God damn it, I ain't taking butt crack like that all day. With my good strokes. Tatty chance.
Imagine their butt crack looking like ashy knees, nigga. That shit. I don't know.
Hey, what's the name? Ashley?
Ashley.
Actually.
Because women don't have no, because they're facing down. They don't know what we're looking at. Some guys are just there.
Yep.
I'm looking.
The sound effects.
Because hey, why am I? You see, up close. I'm up close every time.
But what would you do, dog? You find a girl that's way out of your league, somebody that you've always just like, if I could have a night with you, man, I would. And you just get there and then you just get disappointed. But crack ain't cracking.
Hey, bruh.
What do you
find the
do?
butt with some acne there, some...
Acne. Not even peanut butter. Bro went straight to acne.
No, gents, that's more common, actually. People just don't speak about it.
Like
Makukuva, like, you know, the little pimples
on the butt.
on the butt, bruh.
Yeah, so while you're there, just pop it.
No, there's no pus. There's no pus in the pimples. It's like, they just there for vibes. if you do this on, like... Yeah, your hand can get scratched.
Is there like pimple my right?
It's like pimp my ride.
Pimple my right. God damn it. But hey, hard and I mean, I feel like
You be alright, bro.
just go take a shower, dog. Ultimately, we like to overreact as human beings. I think if you really, really enjoyed it, you tell somebody you were trying to be intimate with. Because what about your sheets? What about your balls?
Exactly.
It's just gonna be peanut butter. Never mind. Anyway, second one says poor hygiene. My ex also did not pass the wipe your asshole exam.
Is this the guy talking or the girl talking?
The first one was a guy talking about his.
The first one, this one's a girl.
Yeah, now this is a girl.
It's a real thing.
But
Yeah.
how much that this thing of them having two underwear, gents, is not a thing.
Two underwears.
Two underwears, three underwears. You'd be surprised.
Whoa. That's a thing?
That's
So
the
like
thing.
Mondays this one, Tuesdays this one, then
Oh,
Wednesdays
that
one
thing.
from-
Yeah, Upinda A1 guy too.
Damn.
No, a lot of people repeat underwear, and I'm just here to tell you it's not safe because your tintil is going to nuke.
I have 8. I have 8 underwears, bro. Like
It's just 8.
just 8, yeah.
How many underwears do you think a woman owns?
Dude, many
A
different
lot, eh?
textures, different
A lot.
sizes.
No, but then there's nothing covering them. But to be honest, the underwear.
But what if there's a chat, actually? I'm sorry if it offends people. But now I always see comments of people doing, like, you know, whenever they go out to do their nails, and people ask, how do you actually wipe your ass with those long nails?
Look, man.
And people always get pissed when
Because it's stupid. It's dumb. It's the dumbest question from us as gents.
Yeah,
the
'cause
people
it's
wipe their ass
actually
normally.
quite easy.
Yeah, they wipe their ass
Yeah?
normally.
They wipe their ass. You would think that it's gonna poke a little
Yeah,
bit. Nah,
it doesn't.
that.
It
But
doesn't.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
But you know, my thing is that with guys, there's some men out there that actually don't wipe their asses because they say, why are you clean? You only clean if they're visitors. That's what some guys are saying. So they're choosing not to. Like, there are many men out there. Like,
So when you get in the bath or the shower, what do you do?
bro, they just everything else 1, 2, 3,
And you just ignore them until
they just ignore it.
Nah.
Because in their minds they're like, oh, no one is coming in anyway. Why am I there? I swear, this is a chat I've had with so many.
But it's like
guys
women who choose not to shave during no activity.
during no activity.
Man, but it seems like guys are quite about this, you know, whenever they find stuff behind. Don't you think girls find this, like, they find this as well from guys?
Honestly, mina itorang izule amachita mpethu ngicathu lezinukayo. Gents,
Shoes.
the gents have smelly feet. The gents don't wipe their butt cracks. The gents are repeating underwear
Gents
with them
don't wear
bobo.
socks. It's
Gents,
like,
come on,
In
gents,
terms
let's-
of hygiene, men wear disgusting shit. Not
Nah,
me.
facts.
I'm
So
great.
imagine
Facts.
ulethe umntwana esibhakhini, mntwana ulethe umntwana endlini, mntwana uba ne-fresh, mntwana inguba uzalanga kugcwele amasokisi phansi kuyanuka toke endlini.
Think about the amount of guys you've seen go to the toilet and they don't wash their hands.
Smells like a back room in there.
Boy,
Anyway, let's move on. Okay, this one says lights off, always in caps. Yet would still never do doggy style because I can't see her face and I might be thinking of someone else when doing it.
Hey, boo.
so what does? But she wasn't bad in bed then. Meaning this guy didn't really like her like that. It's not her fault because it was. Isn't it the third one?
So I've got a question then.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a session and while thinking about someone else?
People do that?
What do you mean people do that?
See the way he said that?
Yeah, he's like guilty.
Whoa.
This is not PR. There's no PR here. You,
All right, please. I'm just a bitch ass nigga, please.
you've done this before. You've had cloth and thought about someone else.
Hi.
That's a tough one.
When I was younger, I did once.
How was that? Like, so
It
anyway,
was
are you
it was
closing your
weird
eyes?
because the person I was thinking about was white. So
Hi, Bo.
no, it was my favorite, star. So
At least it's someone famous. It's not somebody you've been with before.
yeah, but yeah, it was just that time once.
Girls do that a lot.
And it just didn't make sense. I was just like, this doesn't make sense. And it's not because I didn't like the girl. I was just like, let me see if this thing's gonna work.
Yeah.
You know,
And it worked.
But I was like in there, like 1.5 strokes in. I was like, I want to see this one. Yeah. 'Cause
So if she calls another guy's name, how would you feel?
if a girl calls another guy's name during a session,
She's there, Brandon.
hey, Brandon. I'll finish.
And you're a whole prince.
I'll finish. Hear me out. I'll finish the job.
Of course.
And then discuss.
There's no
The
discussion.
matter at hand.
Oh, Brandon. Yeah, now.
No, let's sit down. Come on, sit right here.
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah, I won't be. Then imagine you're nuts, dog. Can you blue balls because of Brandon?
That's valid. That's
I'm
valid.
saying finish because Brandon is already doing it.
That one.
You know,
know,
as a
but-
guy, you don't need to be emotional about things. I mean, I know myself. I can be emotional. But if something like that happens, you just need to relax. Finish your business and then address it afterwards. If it's not your girlfriend that you're busy with, don't address it at all. Like, be like,
Oh, okay.
oh,
It is what
you
it
know,
is.
You know my girl.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. Kimang Brandon. Kimang Brandon. Yo, ngiyahlala GPV, no.
Yay.
Anyway, the last one. The reason why my ex was terrible in bed. When you say low sex drive, this is coming. This is a PowerPoint. Low sex drive, no interest in anything adventurous. Would reciprocate me giving her oral for a significant time by using her mouth for about 30 seconds.
Oh, it's a guy complaining about a girl. I mean, man, it's so rare to find a girl who doesn't have a high sex drive. Let's be honest. It's just that the most popular thing is that men like sex.
Yeah.
But as you grow up, you see, actually,
These
South
ones-
African women love sex.
So it's about Iron Man lava, back transformer lava.
Bro.
Angnababa, mara
Imagine.
okay. Deep up, mara say
Go
pelele dog.
deeper, go deeper.
Nchoke. Buleng utloshwa buleng. Nchoke did
You know how
nchoke.
wild that is?
What's my name? Konjo mang.
But what you're saying, it goes to a very interesting point that I thought about this week is like sexual discipline is mainly applied to women.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
I
true.
think
Break it down, Des. Break it down.
She said that she was just like a lot of men. You could have the same body count as a woman, but people would look at her and be like, "No, where's your self-respect? Where's your whatnot? Where's your what?" And the crazy part is, those men with those high body counts want women who aren't at their same level. And it's like, as a guy, Donna, if your body count is 20 something, you deserve the women that also have 20. Because now, why are you demonizing them? No. You can't. That's a double standard. It's a crazy double standard.
Yeah.
So why not do you think you deserve a woman who has a body count less than 3 if yours is on 20?
You know, guys, the problem is you guys, nowadays, we just try to be very smart.
Yeah.
We forget that we built different. Men and women are built different.
Yeah.
We forget that. Let's be honest. You know that if you do something with the female, it's so easy for you to do something and not be emotionally attracted to that person.
But no women in the world understands it. No women they're always gonna say you're justifying your cheating.
But I'm trying to make it known to them. Good for them. You can't. It's very rare to meet a girl today and be like, I'm going home with this guy. She wants you to talk to her, court her, take her on dates and all of that. And then she finally gives in.
So what about those ones who give it our first nights?
Weak. Swag.
Why do we not say the same for men? Why is it as we don't have that self-respect?
So just because when I last you get a one night stand, there's your weak.
Yeah, weak.
It is weak.
What do you mean? You met a girl there at the club, she left with you, Hosh Karamaim.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And now you want to look at yourself like, oh, you have no self-respect. Gents, like it's a thing.
Me, I call those people go-getters.
Go-getters.
Go get what's yours because tomorrow's not promised. You only live once. Literally YOLO.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The girl that's out of your league, you meet her that day, one night, chilling there at Mokhodu Monday. Chilling there, minding your business. She walks up to you, boy, smelling, looking like everything you've ever dreamed of. Butt shape, body size, everything your type. She hits you up, conversation starts rolling. The Mokhodu is getting dry, but you are fast in conversation there. And she says to me, you know what? I'm just here for a weekend. I'm from Cape Town, but I'm staying right here at the Sands or Redison or whatever the case might be. Would you mind joining me for a glass of champagne? You gotta think about self-respect, Des.
Go home.
He's lying.
Of course.
He's lying. Son. He's gonna go. See, gents, one thing about gents, in public they'll always say no.
Yeah.
When they're with the guys, they always say no. But let the man be alone. He will do the opposite of what he said he won't do with the gents.
I'm telling you right now, y'all gotta be careful, especially now.
No, 100%. In terms of be careful, but
Definitely.
be careful.
Because I think recently they announced, maybe like a week ago, that South Africa did come up with a trial test, like a successful one for curing HIV.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And a lot of people were just like, you know what? Hey, this one, I don't think it's a good idea, because now people are just gonna hush karamaim everywhere.
Hey,
they think,
bruh.
they're gonna cure.
That's not the reason for the cure as well. The reason is for people who are actually infected. People who are living with this disease that's killing them. So there's always going to be an upside, two sides to a coin type of vibe with anything. The vaccine, whether it's a vaccine or not, like flu shots. Someone said to me, hey, winter's coming, get a flu shot. I'm like, Atsal.
Dog. We were doing that as kids. Why now?
Bro, I took a flu shot, dog, and it gave me the worst flu of my entire life.
Hey.
That's what happened with the
You
COVID
injecting
vaccines
yourself
as
with
well.
flu.
But on that note of self-respecters, guys, you know, nowadays it's in fact it's imperative to have self-respect. Yeah, it's so important, especially if you're gonna be living in cities such as Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, because you know why it's not good taking a person home from the club and having one night stands and disrespecting yourself like that. It's because now there's a concept called umavuso. You're gonna pay up, bro.
Pay up, bro.
They won't tell you. They won't tell you that I'm actually working here.
Yeah.
But you know what? Me, the clown that I am, I flipped the script. I wake up in the morning, pay up, bitch.
Also, you the one.
I flip the script, bro. I throw a tantrum. I start going live on my TikTok. I'm like, pay me my money, dog. 10K. What do you mean? Fight fire with fire.
Damn.
Flip the script, my boy. It's like, 5,000. Below sharp. Nagbata 10,000. 10,000. I've been eating peanuts, macheu, umbila, impupu, mukhodu, the whole week preparing myself for this very moment.
You promised
I'm
me.
This is investment. I flipped the script. Kupa 10K akaju.
That's smart.
I called the cops. They doesn't want to pay me.
What? Calling the cops? You're going to jail.
I'm calling the cops and this bitch doesn't want to pay me.
But you're going to jail because
This
legal.
bitch don't want to pay my
I'm
bitch,
a
but I have my
gigolo.
money. Exactly. Look, dog. We know you. You're a social media content creator.
Yes, sir.
You're a businessman. You are a proud Zulu man who's been to Paris once. But we're not talking about the Paris thing right now.
Not once.
You are.
All right. Sorry.
Bonjour.
Sorry.
Comme ça va? C'est bien.
Touche.
Oui. So, dog, like you managed to do all these things as a content creator, and we just want to know, because we've seen you on the ground. But to someone who's at home thinking, okay, sharp, do I have to have a lot of followers to have a business, or a business something that I'm born with? I just need to do it. And also, while you're there, tell us how you came up with the baddie.
Baddie drip.
How do you turn that into business?
You know, we attend a lot of seminars. We get invited to events whereby the panel there tells us, Guti, if you're a creator, learn to turn yourself into a business and whatnot. My beef with them is that they never actually tell us how to turn yourself into a business, you know. When I started this whole baddie thing, it took me some time actually to try and monetize it. And I always say this, the easiest way to monetize something you're pushing on social media is with merch, you know. That's the easiest way to go about it, you know. As much as I'm doing other things such as events and whatnot right now, using my brand on social media, but this is where I started, because I'm like, people are actually so fond of this thing. They like it. They've never heard of such a concept whereby a man is calling himself a baddie. Not that he's homo or anything. Yeah. He's a straight man, but he's calling himself a baddie and he's owning it. So
who's your target market in situation like this? You just target male baddies, or just target anybody who resonates with the concept of baddie?
You know what's funny? Looking at my insights, it's girls who support me the most.
Right.
Because I think for them, it's actually a thing of, Wuti, I want to see what he's talking about now.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, this guy is addressing us, you know. If something is about you, you always want to go see, Wuti, how is he being a hater today? Let me go see.
Right.
And then in terms of business, it's still girls. Because I did a baddie sip and paint in Durban last year where I did over 60 people.
Yeah.
And it was mostly girls coming.
Crazy.
So I think I just have...
Pause. Where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, no.
No. You
No,
went
no.
there, Chief. You went there. 60 girls coming. Hi, boo.
Yeah, they
But
came.
I mean, you're a baddie, so
Yeah.
okay, me say.
No, though, I was so shocked. Uguti, you know, most of the time, guys will be supportive, but at the same time, they don't want to blow their cover. They're going to support in the DMs. I'm like,
like a
no,
test
man. I feel like that's why I've cut down a bit on being a male baddie. I still possess the traits, but I don't talk about it much because I can see, Uguti, no, my market is actually girls. These are the people giving me money, you know? So I can't keep firing at them if they're the ones giving me my bread.
Yeah.
So
You know?
have you had any men specifically come at you and be like, hey, yo, bro, we see you pushing this baddies thing. You're not a real man. What do you mean you're a male baddie? You should be a man, especially considering the fact that you are a Zulu man as well. Have you ever had that like backlash from other men?
It hasn't been backlash from men. Funny enough, as much as I'm getting support from the ladies, it's also ladies who are trying to be, they're trying to give me low blows like that, you know, Uguti, oh, that's not a real man. They're calling me names and whatnot. But me, I'm so strong up here and, mentally. I just laugh at it. In fact, I'm going to stitch that comment and put you out there until you delete that comment. I'm going to come at you, you know. And as a result, I'm benefiting from that. You tried being a hater, trying to bring me down. I took that and turned it into a positive. Now you look like a fool. You know, so it's normally girls who come at me because they're mad. They don't like this whole concept that I have of Wuti.
Yeah.
As a girl, you must also cater for your man.
Truth or drink?
Eh?
Truth or drink? Okay. How much money have you made? What's the most money you've made in a month? From your baddie
From my baddie
business?
merch,
Yes.
shucks.
The most you've made a month.
The most I've lost, I can tell you that.
That's not what we
not the
asked you,
question.
comrade. We asked you how much have you made.
You guys are you're exposing me now.
We're not exposing you.
I'm
We
a
teach
bad
you.
We gave you an
businessman.
option. She said you tell us what you drink.
Be honest, for a young entrepreneur
I'm
out
just
there
trying to think.
who's had a
because-
worse month, they're trying to figure out what could be my potential. What's the sky if everything goes so well? Like the most that you've made it, you were like, okay. Because obviously, I'm sure after that month, you were like, I need to push even more.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to lie. I made the most right after I came back from France. At a time where I was living in Cape Town, you know, and when I finally moved to Joburg, that's when I started the baddie drip. And I was literally, bro, I was sending out drip like almost every day because people were so fond of this thing. I won't lie, now it's a bit slower. That's why I'm trying to get other ways to actually market this thing. I'm working with other creators. I'm actually doing photo shoots. But back then, I never even did photo shoots, but the thing was selling.
Yeah.
You know, so now it's demanding me to be an actual clothing brand and an actual business and actually do marketing.
Hey, Baba, give us the amount, Chief. We want the amount.
I don't
comrade.
know.
What do you mean?
I don't know. That's the thing.
You're a business owner. You don't know your own finances.
Nigga, give us what's the most amount of money you've made.
That's
bruh.
why I said you guys are exposing me, which I'm a bad businessman.
No, you're not a
This
bad
guy's
businessman.
answering
You are
your
being
question.
honest with your viewers right now. So we must know. We must support harder or not support. What's the most you've made?
I don't know, bruh. Let me be honest. I really
So what's
don't
the
know.
number? A random and average. Round it up. Round it down.
There has to be a point where you're just like, yeah, this month it was touching
50K?
Aye, that's a lot. Tauwa.
Yes.
Okay, 20.
That's a lot.
20.
It's definitely less than 10,000.
So about-
and even 5,000.
So let's say 5. You've made a month. I think that's a lot of money. Not even a
in a week.
Ah.
Like as I'm telling you.
And okay, so it's 20,000 more or less a month, most.
Aye.
5,000
No, 'cause you
times
say a
4.
week.
5,000 times 4.
I'm saying that my drip, back when I started out,
Yeah.
I had t-shirts going for $400.
Right.
You have to pay $100 for courier, right?
Of course.
So we're looking at Boma 440, you know, that I'm getting because the 60 Rand is for courier.
Yeah.
Okay? So now if I'm sending out like boma 3 a day, 3 times 7, that's like 27. So 27 times 440.
Oh, now he's doing the real math now. The
he's
money
doing the
now
real
is just
math.
getting higher and higher
And you
and
see
higher.
when he started multiplying.
No, because the reason I'm asking, dog, is because there's a lot of people who are creators, who are content creators in the same space, trying to capitalize on their wave, trying to capitalize on, just their season just right now.
Yeah.
I've done merchandise. Back when I had 15,000 followers on TikTok, I was already selling Kanjani Brew merch. And I know how it's tough. And there's a lot of customers who are genuinely not happy. You're just going to hate on the product. We're going to hate on your delivery service, your turnaround time. So how do you balance being a content creator and being a business person? And how do you balance the two?
I'm pushing my own brand as an individual, and now I'm also doing business on the side that has to do with my brand.
Yeah.
The one thing I was beating myself about lately is that, okay, I have a clothing brand, Baddie Drip, right? I find myself creating more content about vlogs, story times, collaborations with other creators, more than I'm promoting my clothing brand. So I feel like that's the downside for me. But now, since this whole thing is social media based, it's so easy for me to actually promote it like almost every day. Because as I'm chilling now, shooting on up close, I'm wearing the Baddie Drip, right? That's like marketing in a way.
Yeah.
You wearing Baddie Drip.
Because I knew you were coming. Pause.
This guy.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, I gotta represent, you know what I'm saying?
I was born a baddie, so.
So the one thing I've noticed is that since I gravitate more towards my vlogging, my collaborations with other content creators, I can simply market my brand, my business indirectly by making sure that I'm always wearing my thing. You talk about someone young who's also on social media trying to monetize what they're doing on social media. Let me be honest, it's not easy. It's not easy. I did mention that identifying how can I actually monetize myself as a brand, that's one of the hardest parts, right? But the one thing we don't do, and I'm a victim to this, is that I don't actually chill on my insights and see what's the age group of people watching.
It's the
my
laziness
content.
that comes with it, man.
Definitely.
I think even I personally myself, I've started such ventures. I've dabbled into business a little bit. You just get tired because there's a lot that goes on in 24 hours, and sometimes you just don't have the energy and the time because you still need to give time to other things that have nothing to do with content. Like your real life. You have a real life. Chief. I'm sure you have siblings.
Content, yeah.
True.
Content is tiring. Ne?
It is, because mind you, being a content creator is like a 24-hour job. A lot of them say, oh, no, I'll never do a 9 to 5. But now you're doing 24 hours.
Facts.
Anytime you reply to a comment, that's a job. Anytime you're liking,
You're an
that's a job.
assistant. You're replying to emails.
Anything.
You are a
Emails,
negotiator.
Events.
Whole production
PR.
company.
It's so much that comes with content creation. And a lot of people think it's easy. That's the thing. But if it was easy, everybody would do it. Like OnlyFans. See, you can't do it. Not everyone is doing it. You know how many people started OnlyFans accounts? They're chilling.
Abaposti, abana
Post.
content, to be honest.
Look, shoot up bozo.
Oh, pause of it.
Dog.
But yeah, dog. So I mean, like, obviously, you are self-proclaimed baddie of the century, of the decade. I mean, we don't know of the millennial. We
the
just
millennial,
hopefully your name will ring around the universe. But talk to me about, let's go into the baddie culture now.
Right.
What's the craziest thing a baddie around you? Not like a baddie that you heard about. Tell me a crazy story about a baddie you've encountered, and
A male baddie or a female baddie?
female baddie.
Okay.
Craziest thing. I'm sure you've chilled with baddies. Talk about something you see in the club. Something.
Yeah.
The most bizarre thing that you've just seen out there done by a baddie.
Okay, I have a story actually. So one time when we went to a club, I don't want to mention the club, because I don't want them to look bad or look good, You're not paying us. So we're at this club, and then we're chilling in the corner, right? We have our drinks, bottles, hably. It's a vibe. We stand on couches. I'm smoking a cigar. It's vibes.
I remember. Was I there that night?
You were there.
Okay, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
You were there. So now, right next to us, like in front of us, or like 60 degrees to us. Hey, I'm joking. I don't even know that's 60 degrees.
This man said 60, you did this.
So we chilling there. There's a table like that side of us. It's a group of guys chilling with a group of girls, right?
Right.
They have their drinks. It's vibes. We got there late, so already I want to already because the girls are all over them. It's nice. So when we get there, I'm with my celebrity friends, about Des, about Paul, you know. And we get there, all of a sudden now, the girls now, they checking my friends out. They checking my friends out now. I even saw one doing this to Paul. Like something like that, you know. I'm like, what? You literally, a guy is holding you like this, but you doing that. Oh no, she was like, I don't know if I can do that. And they're like, she's like pointing at him. I'm like, oh, let your bazan.
Fast.
I'm like, this is how guys get shot and killed, because the guy won't understand, Uguti, it's my girl that's the problem. He'll think that it's this guy who's the problem. And I'm like,
dangerous.
You know, so
they flip fast.
this is why I'm like, you can't say you have a girlfriend if she goes to Groove. I got it.
So you
No.
I bet so. You wouldn't let your girl go to Groove.
If I'm not there, no.
What? But she needs to have a social life outside of you.
Bro, I know that. She can do other things, wholesome things like breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunches,
What if she
all
can't
this.
cook? All she can is just
No,
twerk.
she goes out.
Out.
She goes out.
No, I mean, I wouldn't mind as long as I'm with her, bro. Unless she has a group of friends that I know of, she can just operate.
I'm like, dude, you go do your thing. Eh? Go live your life.
Nah, man, Also, aside from Groove,
Hey, girlfriend, is that Kalela with a local?
we ask Mama Bed. We ask.
Mama Pedi, bathi hlala endlini mama, ubheka
No.
umvango.
Akangahlali endlini. But there's other types of fun. Instead of Groove, we have lounges.
Yeah.
Like they're much more relaxed.
Abola Parada and so on.
Ayla Parada, no.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
You just arrived, comrade. You just arrived. Or like about sipping
It's a
paint,
very nice
bird
restaurant,
watching.
but the culture there, we know how girls move there.
Yeah.
You know why? We know why they go there.
Yeah.
I mean, I rate other places like our News Cafe. Like they're more chilled. Like it's rare to see guys going up to girls like that. You know, from what I've seen.
But the problem is the guys, though, because the guys are the ones that approach the guy. Except for that one that was. You see, you.
Yeah, because I mean, a girl knows how to flirt with you. There's like a
Yeah.
girl, like mostly. Sometimes we think we make the final decision. The girl decides if we are smashing today or not.
It's actually so crazy because I think it was last week Friday, if I'm not mistaken. I was at a lounge, right? And like we chilling here.
Yes.
And then down, like just down the passage, there's this guy and this girl that were just chilling there, right? And I'm looking at this dynamic and I'm like, nah, this girl's here for free food. I don't wanna lie. Because dude, she's quiet, he's quiet, he pops a bottle, pops shots, but they're just chilling there. They're silent, bro. And I'm like, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. I personally, and you can see there was a good age gap here. I'm like, I personally never want to be that guy who is pushing 50 and I have this young 20-something-year-old, and she's just.
But what
there
if
for
this
the
guy in his
vibes.
20s, 30s never goes to got girls because he used to be called broke? The dynamics change when you are in power. But anyway, it brings me to this question, Des. I want to ask you: Instagram baddies versus real life women. Is there actually still a difference? So think about the girls that
I
are
think I'm
on your
trying to understand your
explore.
question, yeah.
Think about the girls that are in your likes and your stories. The girls that are loving your content. The girls that you like, mamma mia, hey, if I check on this profile, Do you think there's a difference between them being real and not being real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think what you see on there is what they are in real life? Or what's out there is what they are selling just for the platform itself? And you have to get to know the real person.
Hey, do you want to go first?
I think there is a huge difference between what you see on the gram and what you see in real life. See, on Instagram, I tell you what you have to see. You know, I can decide I'm going to post me going to the Dior store, but I didn't actually buy anything. I can show you the filters, the editing. I'm deciding what you get to see and how I want to portray myself. But in real life, what you see is what you get. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever met someone online and you're like, oh my gosh, you're so incredible. And then you meet them in person, you're like, eh, Skomota. You know what I'm saying?
As for Skomota, someone bravus.
You know what I'm saying? So everyone knows the internet is full of pretentious people. Everybody's trying to sell an image that they're not. So naturally, you can't say that, no, what you see is what you get. It's very rare because I'm deciding. Prince, when you post a picture, let's say you take 5 pictures. Out of those 5, you're probably going to post 2 because those are the best sides of you. And that's what people on the internet do.
Yeah.
You show the best side of you so that people are drawn to you. But mind you, that's not they might not be your real life.
Yeah.
So there's a huge distinction, man. Like even the way girls post pictures lately. Ever seen sometimes where they in those tights?
Yeah, they just do the pose. Yeah.
The booty
Showing
out.
the
Yeah.
P.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do it too. They buy pictures.
So I'm asking
I make myself look
for
taller.
the girls who are at home who I think subconsciously are not even aware that they're actually doing what every other girl is doing, posing the same way, posting the so subtle thirst traps. Like, how do you feel when you see a girl like that on the gram with a personality pose? Every time they take a picture, it's like they're looking the other way. Do we as guys like it? Do we as guys look at it and say, ooh, she's hot? Because sometimes I don't think we in the comment section, we say what we really think.
Yeah.
We're just saying what will encourage them to keep posting.
What I've noticed is that whenever somebody does that, like you low-key trying to thirst trap on social media, because we get that a lot. A lot of girls thirst trap on social media. From what I've seen...
Some of them are aware and some of them aren't.
Yeah. If they aren't aware, then there's a big problem right there.
That's the problem. Yeah, sorry.
So, what I've seen with gents is that if you're doing too much, if it's too obvious now, you literally go press record on the video and then you walk back. You show all of that throughout the video, but it's so unnecessary just so that you can show ass.
Yep.
Guys, they become haters. They're like, nah, bruh, are you selling or what? Why are you doing too much? Why are you doing all of that? That part was unnecessary. But now if it happens so effortlessly, whereby maybe like you're doing a dance challenge and we can see the hips, like they're moving, pretty. Gents actually comment nice things to you about that stuff. They're like, oh, this is
So
actually
what you're
nice.
basically saying is that less is more.
Facts, less is more. If you're not doing
Less
too
is
much, gents are going to show love. But
Like
if you
real, honest love. So, sister, if you are post a lapo and you're doing more is less. No.
But you know what's the funny thing about
Flip it
gents? You know what's the funny thing? Same gents who just hated on the comments
With the same
is in the DM.
And that's
So then, what is reality? Are we living social media standards or are we living real life, guys? Because I personally have gotten to a point where in the last year or two, I couldn't be bothered by what I have to put out there. I put out stuff out there because sometimes it's just work, and I've just been so cautious and so. I just like so aware of myself now because I don't also want to sell people the wrong perception of me. Like I don't want people thinking, this one is always at events, like every single day, it's one side. Because I've got my bad days. I've got days where I'm just human and I'm crying. Like yesterday, I got stuck in the car in the bundus.
For real.
And I had to be real. And in my mind, I was like, this should be the content people see at the end of the day. But,
Facts.
we're always trying to show the picture perfect type of side of ourselves.
Yeah, it's very weird because people buy into, for example, let me put it like this. You as a content creator, someone is looking at you and they're saying, I want to be like this guy, right? And in only the good parts of this.
Imperfect.
But now if you were to post yourself in your most imperfect state on a digital platform where you could create an idea for someone else to exist in, it's a different thing. Like no one cares. You could break your tooth right now. Yeah. And people are gonna look at you like, oh, swipe up. Yeah. But now if you're flying to Cape Town, you post, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm manifesting through Prince. Because as a public figure.
And this is Mashonisa who paid for that flight.
Do you get what I'm saying? As a public figure, you are inspiration to so many other people who want to live like you. So the moment you show your imperfections, it becomes a problem. I can give many examples of, I'm going to use my crush, Cyan Bougie, for example.
Oh my God.
Right?
Every week, bro. Cyan, come to the show.
You know what I'm saying? Cyan is
Stop acting bougie. Just come to the show, dog. You see his bro once you hear.
And girls will look at it and be like, oh man, I want to be like Cyan, I want to be this, I want to be that. Boom. Sex tape drops.
Hey, man.
I forgot about that side of Cyan.
That whole image leaves because it's a side of imperfection that people don't want. People go to social media to feed their desires. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now no one can desire your pain. Yeah. No one wants to desire your pain. If you're going through something, I don't want to desire.
Speaking of desire, though, can I digress? You know how girls praise other girls? They wish for their lives, like whatever you said in your prayers, I receive that. Don't you feel like that's a double standards to when guys who call other guys khurutmani because they respect them and they see like their lifestyle is so good? Don't you feel like it's the same thing? Or you're praising another girl, but you feel like this guy is praising another man because he wants his lifestyle? Don't you feel like that's unfair?
One thing I've learned in my 33 years on this planet.
Damn. Sorry.
What?
This bro just gave me the Kevin Hart meme. Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
One thing I've
But
learned,
don't you think it's the same
one
thing?
thing I've learned, bro, about females is that they do not understand men. In my personal, opinion, I don't think women really understand men, bro. They try to understand men instead of understanding themselves and in their functionality. How am I supposed to behave or be as a human being who is female in this world? They focused on video call. But my wife wanna go off. Can my battery die also? Can my battery also die?
You can't take a nap as a man, hey?
Yo, girl. You must remember dates, every single thing. So I think they spend more time focusing on what we're about, where else we focus most of our time in us, our energy, and what we're about to do.
Making money and stuff.
I want to talk about love before Vian Jets. Because it's funny today we never mentioned any celebrities because it's been celebrities in the house. We always talk about celebs on the show, bro. We always talk about celebs. Right now we are honored to have you here, Mr. Celebrity. You are a modern celebrity. As much as you humbly so in your opinion, in your stature, you don't want to admit to it. Us, from the outside looking, you're a celebrity because there's a kid out there who's not by baddie now.
If I'm a celebrity, I am a celebrity because I'm
celebrated in many ways. Oh, that's too close to home.
Okay, but it's facts though.
You stopping the last topic. Okay, we're gonna go back there. How do we feel about this thing, guys?
Which thing?
Our South African celebrities and money, dog.
It's
like South African celebrities are out here in the streets and
in the streets.
Like in the streets of social media, in a sense, asking South Africans to contribute to this, this, and that. It's becoming a trend now. We've seen it with Dale, with Dr. Malinga.
Recently with Ukokolo, the actress.
Yes. You see what I mean? So, what do you think is the thing there? Is it lack of financial education, or is it like people thinking that they're gonna be paid or employed for the rest of their lives and don't make
the right financial decisions?
Yeah. What do you think it is? Like,
it's a bit of both.
Is it sad when you see your childhood heroes begging us for money now, in a sense, or contributions? Like, is it sad when you watch it? Is it like you feel for the human being? Like, what's your take, boys?
It's very sad, but I think there's a misconception that we already have. Like, subconsciously, we have this thing of Uguti. This person is a celebrity, and I feel like there's a lot of influence from America because American celebrities, they get the bag like that. So now we take that from there and bring it home and be like, these people are on our screens. Yeah. That means they're making real money. 100%. Also for them, the picture they're giving us is that I'm a celebrity. They only take content, restaurants, events, awards. They always look good, so automatically you think they're good. Can't the industry is not paying well. Yeah. Sometimes they do get good bags, but now for them, they just want to enjoy the money right there and then.
Financial management,
the financial literacy is not there.
In SA, bro. That's why personally, I haven't pursued any big roles in acting because it takes a lot of time. And what I've heard is that there's just not enough for the amount of time you put in there. But if you do get a big screenplay from Netflix, Showmax, there must be a budget nyana there. But I'm not saying ziyakhala ngempela, but ziyakhala. I just want to talk about love, boys, because I think as boys we hardly just become vulnerable, and we're gonna end off the show with this topic. Love, do you think these days?
Simp.
I'm a simp, Vele. But let's talk. I want to ask you guys: Do you think we live in a toxic era type of generation when it comes to love? We've made love toxic because relationships these days are not lasting.
I think
they're not lasting. Yes.
Oh damn. I think that we've created too many borders and standards around love to the point where it's not organic. You know what I'm saying? You hear how your parents met and other people met in the older generation. They'll say, oh, we met at a bus stop. We barely had time to text each other all day. We landline, stuff like that. So the borders and perimeters around love have become too much to the point where it's outside of that. And I will say particularly in the black culture, you know what I'm saying? I've met white people that date on the premise of love and love alone. There wasn't, hey, you pay for this. There was no conversation about 50-50. There was no this, that. It was just like, I like you, you like me. Let's see how far this goes. If it works, it works. But with the problem with our culture is that we're so focused on the things that don't matter. Do you have a car?
The vacations.
Can you take me on vacation?
Girlfriend
What
allowance.
I see on exactly stuff
Can't
like
even
that.
do women on top. Out here asking for allowance for things that have nothing to do
Do you
with
get what
you.
I'm saying? Your relationship is a debit
I
order.
pay tax on this money.
Imagine that.
Can't even make it.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I think that's the biggest problem we have as black people dating. The priorities are not straight. The girls want the materialistic stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there's been chats about, you know, South African men complaining about South African girls dating maybe like Nigerians or Congolese men. From those girls, how many do you hear, Uguti, they took money they got from these guys and opened a business? But every day they out at restaurants, they
Drinking
doing-
Moet.
Yo,
Oh, sorry, Moe.
No way.
Oui. I get to be astropesic bukai marankasik.
it's ice to pay.
We put too many.
You see what I'm saying? Like, who cares about the pronunciation?
But that's what I'm saying, Guti. Our girls, they're not that focused. Whereas other people, they're there about love genuinely.
Yeah.
So you're saying this generation basically has a wild ass toxic concept about what love is because it does not last. Is it because maybe of the exposure you have on the internet, thinking you have options, thinking, oh, I've got this, I might have this, or this other girl is in my DMs liking my stories, she's better looking than you. When you get there, she can cook, she can make pap, she's not respectful, there's no depth, there's no substance, she's just a pretty girl.
It's definitely about options. I believe one of the reasons is options,
Options are killing us.
especially because of social media.
Oh, that's a very good point. I wanted to
Social media. You see a person, you see their story, nice girl, you react. What are the chances of Uguti that girl is going to ignore you? She can't ignore everyone. So now if you're slacking as her boyfriend and so many guys are reacting to that picture of when she was out having dinner and she's wearing a short dress, that person's going to feel like so many compliments, I have options. So screw this guy, let me go to these new guys.
And the same can be applied for men as well. Like the idea of weighing your options is too much because now you have maybe like 5 people you're talking to.
Because we know our worth now.
You know,
That's on par.
I don't know about that one.
I know my worth. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
I think
I'm not simping anymore. I know my worth now.
Exclusivity is important, especially when you do start talking to someone. So that now we're basically on the premise of I find you attractive, I like you, I want to take it there. But now if you have 4 other options where it's like, I like you, and I also like you, and I also like you, I also like you.
Yeah.
You can't divide your love amongst 5 people.
So then, is monogamy dead? Oh, just broke?
You know, funny enough,
Just broke.
there's a girl who told me that men are not built for monogamy, but now in this day and age, girls are trying so much to be like men to the fact that they want to be like men, so they want to be polygamous. That's the word, right?
The female version.
Tlogela
of that
bofebe naledi, tlogela bofebe khumalo.
I forgot what.
Yo ponzo.
So she said men are not
shit.
built for monogamy. So obviously she meant that they're built for polygamy, right? So
I think it's a choice, guys. Like you are choosing
No.
to be with more than one person. It's not within your DNA to say, as a man,
To be fair,
I
yeah.
can be with 4
To
or
be
5
fair.
people. It's a choice. Monogamy is a choice. Your sexuality is a choice. You get what
Facts.
I'm saying? So you're choosing to do these things. The problem comes in where you don't have a partner that identifies with the same
Although-
views.
All
That's
those
what I
things you
think.
mentioned, why wasn't richness a choice? Eh?
Hey,
Why wasn't wealth
money
a
in
choice for
relationships
us?
will be a long story, my brother.
you know what people say actually? They're like, okay, if you as a guy cheat and your girl is like, oh, you cheated, so let me cheat as well. And then she cheats.
Yep.
The question is, how come when I start a business, you don't start a business? If I buy a car, you don't buy a car. You only want to cheat
Cut
when.
the cameras, bro. You trying to go into deep. Lapha emakhaya bafethu smoking kakhulu ukuzivakashela. Stelana inkosi
Yeah.
amabhedi. We could go on and on and on and
Yeah.
on the whole day. Thank you for
Yeah.
subscribing. Please leave a comment, a like, and a share. And let us know what you think in the comments about everything we've spoken about. Spetze Ntobeko, inkosi amabhedi. Any last words, Mara?
Shudalo camera siyida ngakasha eningizimu Afrika ngamalandi. And that's on par.
And that's on per. Hi, guys.
This doesn't want to go in. It's your boy Pdjokes. Thank you for watching the App Podcast. Bye. Tango means thank you. Zero means curfew.
Yeah. Break it. Break it.
No, you guys were so right. What's in this thing? Why do I speak so much?
I told you.